So there's a lot of stuff floating around, and I'm going to make this video to make this very clear on how this actually is, and I'm going to explain this. So we're going to talk about the biggest mistake men make when catching feelings, and I want to be very clear right now. You can love a woman, brother. You can have feelings for a woman, brother. It's not about not loving a woman. It's not about not having feelings for a woman. It's about the mistakes psychologically that you might not even know about during all of this with a woman. So there might be some content creators saying, never show your care level, never show her you love her, da 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 da. Guys, those guys completely messed up themselves in the past. I hope you know that. They may have over cared, over shared, over loved, but that's the biggest mistake, because you can't overdo things. You can't forget about who you are. You have to remain who you are while having love for a woman. That's the key. You don't stop what you're doing. Nothing in your life should change. Let's say if you're single, if a woman comes in, the things you are already doing does not change. You might do things, extra things, but your disciplines, your gym routine, your diet, the things that made you you, and other things, but those are a few examples, remain the same. Your identity, how much you study, how much you learn, how much you earn, has to stay the same. So the biggest mistake men make is they overdo things. Some woman comes in, they get head over heels, they start to act in a way to try to impress her, to try to do things to impress her, to win her over, to keep her around, to do all these things, and you start to behave in a way that's like desperate, when you could literally be enjoying yourself the whole time. But what you think is, oh, she's going to think I'm selfish. She's going to think I don't like her. She's going to think this. She's going to think that. Not true. A lot of the time, the more you do for a woman, the less she respects you. And I'm not saying don't pay for a dinner date or something. I'm just saying, if you get all caught up in just trying to please her, she could start to resent that, not even knowing she is, but it's just something that happens. It's psychologically. You might think the opposite. You might think the more I do, the more I show her love, the more that I show that I care and all this stuff, the better it's going to be, until you actually do those things and understand things are not as good as they were. So, like I said, guys, it's not about not loving a woman. It's not about not having love for a woman. It's just not about losing yourself in the process of it all. You have to remain the same. You have to remain who you are as a man, which means your daily disciplines stay intact. The man you are has to remain. That's who she liked to begin with. If she didn't like you to begin with, she wouldn't have liked who you were when she met you. But guess what? She liked the man you were when she met you. When you were doing the stuff you were doing, so why would you stop? Because you think she comes in now and you have to change, you have to act a certain way now, you have to do all these things. Wrong. That's exactly how you lose the woman. It's not about the love. It's about your actions. It's about you not doing enough that makes you you. As a man, you have to be selfish to a degree, bro. Because guess what? You have to train. You have to spend a lot of time eating meals. That takes a long time. It does. Preparing meals, eating meals, the gym, your work, your business, things take time. And you guys know the saying, you can never make a woman happy. You can temporarily. You can never keep a woman happy because they are a very emotional human being. They are very emotional human beings. She could want more of your time, and she could get more of your time. But then she's going to kind of want money. And if she wants money, and you get her money, now she wants more of your time. She doesn't get enough of your time. Money's involved. She has money, but she don't have your time. She has a lot of your time, now she don't have enough money. You see how that works. Women have to understand, which some do, that if you have a man that makes a lot of money, he can't give you a lot of his time because a lot of his time goes into making money to begin with. So that's the thing, guys. The only thing you can do with your woman is your best. That's all you can do. You have to give it your best while continuing to focus on yourself. If that's not enough for her, nothing ever will be. And guess what? Some women are delusional. Some women think that there's better until they realize, oh shit, there might not be. He might have been that good. He might have been that guy. She might come back. It might be too late. Because they see lots of things online, on social media, and all that kind of stuff. And it can influence their mind a lot of what they think things are and how they should be and all this stuff. So this is majority of women out there today, bro. How many women have you guys dealt with? Countless amounts, right? That's what I'm saying. So all you guys can do, bro, is be the best that you can be. Be the best that you can be. Keep the focus on yourself. And of course, when she comes around or whatever, you're going to do things and whatever else, but your stuff still has to be included in your days, whether she's around or not. Your routines, your work, your habits, certain things have to stay the same because that is what makes you who you are. You don't stop that. You have to communicate to her how things have to happen. And if she's not happy about it, she's going to have to go elsewhere. A lot of women, when you can communicate things, they're going to understand where you're coming from. They're going to respect that. They're going to respect your time. They're going to respect your space. They're going to respect that they have a man that is being a man, and he has things to do to maintain being the best man he can be and continue to grow as a man. But some women, they just want. It's never good enough. No matter how much you do, no matter how much effort you put in, they could convince you to love them more. They could convince you to do all this kind of stuff. If you guys have a woman like that, it is the end. It is the end of the road. Because all of a sudden, you lose yourself by all of a sudden getting caught up in what she wants. But what about you, bro? This is the single biggest mistake men make. And like I said, there's a lot of content out there that just is not the truth. They're saying, don't love. Don't show her you love her. Don't show her how much you care. Don't show her these things. You can show her and prove to her that you love her, but you're still you. Yes, I love you, but I'm still me. You see how that works. It's not about, oh, I love you so much, and you get so caught up into it where you actually lose yourself. You see the difference here. Of course I love you. Of course I do. But I'm still me and I love me too. Of course I love you, but I love me too. The fuck is that? And dragonfly flying around. You guys cannot listen to those guys who literally tell you to show no care, to show no love. Because they have overdone it. They have lost themselves. They're going to tell you guys to not show any. Don't show any. You can, bro, and it's not the end of the world. Like, you actually can. There's just a time and a place. And just be natural with it, bro. Just be natural with what you're doing. That's all it really takes. And you don't lose yourself in the process. You don't get caught up because, bro, sometimes women don't do things purposely all the time. They can demand more from you sometimes. They can tell you to love them more sometimes. Maybe the odd time you can give them a little bit of extra this, a little bit of extra that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's back to what you're doing. It's back to what got you to the dance. That's what it's about. You have to communicate that to a girl you're talking to a girl you're currently with, to your wife, so they can understand how things have to be. Because as a man, you have to put your foot down. You have built the life you've built for a reason. You've become who you are for a reason. And she has to know that. And she might not necessarily be happy with what you're saying all the time, but she's going to respect it at the end of the day. Because that's life. You can't please a woman 24/7. So to kill yourself trying to do it is just not smart. You should be a loving man, but you should also be in your frame and not letting anything pull you out of your frame. You have to stay in your frame. You can be a loving man. You can be a good man, not some nice guy where you're just, not that. You don't do that. You stay in your frame and you can love a woman. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys cannot, like I said, listen to those other creators out there that are telling you the most toxic advice that's going to keep you away from all women. It's just not realistic. And I'm telling you guys right now, those dudes have failed epically in the past. They tell you themselves, I made all these mistakes and all this stuff. Of course you did. And they still are. They still are making those mistakes. They don't understand. Bro, they are the same guys that got caught up in that fantasy of pleasing a woman. It's like they couldn't be themselves, be the man they're supposed to be, continue to focus on themselves while having love for a woman. That's how it works. They got too caught up in her. They got too caught up in the stuff. They lost themselves. They showed the women they were with they didn't hold as much value as the woman probably thought. They weren't as manly as these women probably thought. That's the thing. They could not hold their masculine frame. They got too out of it. And bro, it's not even that hard. It's not even that hard. You just don't get too excited, bro. They got too excited. Those types of dudes that are telling you that stuff, they got too excited. You can't get overly excited, overly invested, because guess what, bro? Your life is in front of you, You have a purpose in front of you, and you have to live your purpose. You can date women, you can be in a relationship, you can be married, you can love a woman, you can do all those things. You just have to communicate with them how it has to be clearly so you can continue to be who you are. It's not about communicating once. There's going to be times, bro, where they're going to feel something's missing. Like, you just have to sit down with them again and communicate again. And over time, they're eventually going to catch on to how things are, because women ain't perfect themselves. They will lead you astray sometimes, bro. That's why if you guys as men listen to them all the time, you just listen all the time. You do what they say. You can listen to them, but it's about knowing what's actually happening. If you guys listen to everything they say and apply everything they're saying, they can lead you astray. It's about you. It's not even about saying no to what they're saying. It's about communicating to them how things have to be in order to even function. And over time, they learn. Over time, they understand. So they're going to stop saying things and doing things that's going to lead you astray, because you start to lead them in the right direction, and y'all's going to make it work. Men straight up make the biggest mistakes, bro. The biggest mistakes. And sometimes you have to learn a few times. I've made the mistake once. One time. With the exact same person. And the same things did not happen. The same things did not happen going forward in life. And I've dated other women, and it did not go that way. It didn't end that way. It just more so they weren't ready on their end. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep their end of the bargain. Like, that's going to happen as well. Sometimes you're not the one that's going to fail the relationship. And even the one bro in the past that did, it's like, it was kind of the same thing. That chick came back. It's like, but bro, like, you guys have to understand that as a man, the number one thing you have to understand is when you do catch feelings, when you do love a woman or have love for a woman, the only thing you have to know, it's not about not doing that. It's not about not loving a woman. It's about not losing yourself, being in love. You shouldn't be in love where your head's just love, love, love. Like, that's the biggest mistake men make, especially young men. Especially for your first love. You're going to be all caught up, bro. It's going to be a feeling you've never felt, and it's just going to be like, and you just lose yourself. It's bound to happen at least once. Some of you guys never had a girlfriend. Your time might come, buddy. That shit might happen to you. You're going to come back to this video. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what can't happen. You have to remain yourself while you can love her as well. That's what it's about. It's literally that simple. Don't get too overly invested, overly excited. Chill out. You can love her, but you have to remain yourself at all times. And with that being said, guys, that's the end of this video. I'll be back with the next one after this, and it's going to be a good one. And I'm not going to say what it is yet, but it's going to be a good one. Anyways, guys, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.